So dive right in. Hollywood Hills and suburban thrills. They're you. Who are you kidding? I'm not like them. I won't buy in. Hollywood Hills and suburban thrills. They're you. Who are you kidding? Don't quit till 47. Then we'll turn it up and we'll play a little faster. Take back everything you ever said. You never meant a word of it. You never did. Take back everything you said. You never meant a word of it. You never did, she said. Alright, slow down. Oh no, we won't. 'Cause I regret everything that
I'm the Sacred Cow, and you're watching STV.
Hi, my name's Ember, and this is my review on the anime Death Note as a whole season, because there's only one season of the anime. A quick rundown of what the show is that there's a book, and in that book you can write down the name of a person when knowing what their face looks like, and then that person will basically die. The plot of the anime is that somebody has the book and is killing criminals off row by row in newspapers and news that is being shown on TV, and the police is obviously looking to see who is doing it, because that is also considered murder. This show, it messes with your head because you see what's going on in the anime and it makes you think that, is what the guy doing right, or is it wrong? Is it justice, or is it not justice? Because either way, it's still murder, and yeah, it makes you think a lot. In the show, it answers every question you have. It doesn't leave any loopholes due to it being only one season, and it's pretty entertaining to make your brain work out on how would you solve this? What would you do different from what the police or the detectives are doing in the show? I feel like this should have been mentioned before, but the anime is a really dark anime. Lots of blood, lots of killing. Obviously, is a show called Death Note. That's a lot of killing. So if you're into that type of stuff, I guess if you're into crime, yeah, it's a really good show to watch. And yeah. My personal rating for the show is a 8.5 because of the ending. I guess on who you was rooting for to figure out what was going on, and it just, I guess it depends on what side you are on for who does what at the end. This show's a good show. I recommend it to anyone who wants to watch it. It's really nice. I think other people should watch it. Unless you're not into putting your brain into solving things, it's not probably the best that you'll probably pay much attention to. But it's a really good show once you see that the drama, what's going on, the crime, it's a really good show. Trust me, you should watch it.
I am Alexander Martinez, and this is my segment Tales from History. And today's tale isn't on a person, but an animal, a dog by the name of Hachiko. Hachiko is famous in Japan and has been featured in several American films and television. Hachiko was a purebred Japanese Akita dog born around 1923, who was adopted by Hisaburo Ueno, who is a professor at Tokyo University. Hachiko and Ueno formed a strong bond, Ueno treating Hachi, a nickname for Hachiko, like a son. Hachi was very intelligent and loyal, so when Ueno would go to work, Hachi would follow him to the train station, the Shibuya train station. Hachi would then head home and return to the train station to pick him up. However, when he was only around 2 years old, May 21st, 1925, Ueno died unexpectedly from a brain hemorrhage while at work, never to return to the train station. Hachi, reportedly from the news at the time, for the next 8 years, basically until his death, would return to the train station the same time every day and would wait for his master for several hours to return. And in 1934, a statue of Hachiko was built outside the train station. Hachi died a year later in 1935. The statue ended up being melted down for metal during World War II, but much like Hachi's loyalty to Ueno, Japan was loyal to Hachi, later rebuilding the statue. So, Hachiko was very loyal to his master, Ueno, and would follow him to work every day, to the train station to work. And then, one day, Ueno dies unexpectedly at work, and Hachi, being the loyal dog that he is, would return every day for several hours waiting for his master. So the tale of Hachiko is a tale of loyalty and humanity and the bond between man and animal. They buried Hachiko and built another statue next to the grave of Ueno, his master. So this was the tale of Hachiko.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Darla Doodles. So last time I showed you a little bit about shading and lighting, but this time I want to show you how that applies to animation. So let's get right into it. So as you can probably tell, animation takes a lot of work, and a lot of it is just adjusting things little by little, as you can tell with these 60 layers. Even changing things like the hair and sleeves of a shirt can take well over 2 hours. But like adding things like effects and lighting and shading and playing around with all of that can make it really pop. And if it's something that you're passionate about, be it animation, art of any kind, or anything else, it doesn't seem like a chore, and it doesn't seem as meticulous. The time just flies by, and you can turn something from this to something as cool as this. And I really appreciate you guys checking this out. So have a good day.
you know, oh, wait a minute, wait, this scene's coming up. This is where Alex Rocco came up to me and he said, Bill, I've been an actor for 12 years. I've never refused to do what a director tells me, but there's no way I go in that pool with real rattlesnakes. And he didn't know it. He did not know it. But if you believe this or not, I had 4 handlers behind the building with snakes. And when he, wait a minute, wait. Yeah, this is the scene. You know, this scene where he gets on the board and comes in, I had to shoot that in slow motion. And you know, with 35 millimeter film, we had to crank that damn thing at 240 frames. And with 240, I mean, it was burning film like crazy. Wait a minute, wait just a minute. I gotta put it on hold. I'll be right back. Pardon me. Oh. What is going on here? Where's Stanley?
What? I changed the movie.
Changed the movie? I had it set right at the most perfect spot. Look, oh no, you've got to be me. Island of the Cannibals, get out Death Gods. That has got to be the worst movie ever made.
Well, what's wrong with Island?
What's wrong? Nothing is wrong with Island if you want to be bored. I mean, come on, it's got to be the worst acting in the history of filmmaking.
Really? And this is coming from the guy who made a career out of filming alligators?
Oh yeah, alligator. You see this? You see this? Legend Award. I'm a legend in my own mind. You got that? And you see this one? What the hell is this? Oh yeah, Lifetime Achievement Award and Solid Gold. What do you think of that?
You know what? Your problem is you don't like anything that's new.
Well, you don't like the classics? What's wrong with the classics? New. These directors, all they want is fast cuts. What? If they had to block a scene for 2 or 3 minutes with camera movement and actor movement, they wouldn't know what the hell they're doing. What do you think we've been watching? Old and lousy?
What are you talking, like Hook Generation?
Now give me that remote.
Why don't you take it from me? I mean, if you think that you got the stones, Grandpa.
Grandpa, I got big as an elephant. Now give me that.
Gotta take it. Come on.
You hit like John Waters. You're finally waking up.
What the hell are you doing?
Well, what the hell do you think I'm doing? I'm walling you in this shed.
Because I didn't want to watch Stanley?
Well, that's good enough reason.
I can't believe that I would be the first person to not want to watch Stanley for the 50th time. I mean, how many people you got walled up in here?
Look, keep talking, wise ass.
You know what? This is really disappointing. Especially for you. Why don't you just torture me by showing me Mako Jaws of Death?
Look, why don't you chew on this? I got 3 words for you.
You got nothing.
Herschel Gordon Lewis.
Grafay,
Sticks and stones will break my bones, but names will never hurt me.
you'll never mention Herschel's name to me again.
Lots of luck. Your problem is you wouldn't know a good horror movie if it bit you.
What would you know about good horror films anyway? You haven't watched one that's been made after 1979.
That's because they haven't made any good horror movies since the 70s.
Oh, give me a break. Saw, Hostel, Paranormal Activity.
Retreads, remakes.
You know what the problem is with the classic horror films? They're too long. They're and too boring.
At least in the old days when we made films, we had good plots, good acting, where some of the dialogue was like poetry.
Poetry. That's funny.
What?
I'm talking about walling me up in a shed. Edgar Allan Poe, Cask of Amontillado. I mean, come on. This is not very original coming from the godfather of Grindhouse.
I'm about to make you the godson of home improvement, smartass.
You spent your entire career thinking up different ways for animals to kill people, and this is the best you can come up with? I mean, come on, I would have at least expected a bathtub full of electric eels from you.
What are you rambling about?
You know, for somebody who thinks that all new horror films are rip-offs, here you are ripping off Corman.
Man, I hate Corman.
Yeah, Corman. The Raven, The Mask of the Red Death, Pit and the Pendulum. I mean, come on. The guy made tons of films based on Poe's work.
Do you know that he had the nerve to come out with The Young Racers just when I was coming out with Racing Fever and he beat me to it? I hate Corman.
Yeah, well, you know what? I sent him my screenplay for Barrage of the Giant Contortionists. 6 months later, he comes out with The Attack of the 50-Foot Cheerleader.
Well, you know, he did. He did mentor Scorsese and Coppola and Ron Howard.
So big deal. You help lots of filmmakers get their start.
You're damn right I did. You know, some of them still love me and others have on me. You know, but, you know, they actually call me for advice and never give me the right time of day after I helped them. But besides that, I still hate Corman.
I'm telling you. Man, I hate Corman.
If I had Sam Arkoff shoving money up, I'd have made 200 movies. Let's go get Corman.
Yeah.